Welcome to another episode of Retro 79, and today we're going to be looking at some new pickups that I made recently, and one of my favorite, if not my favorite, childhood toy line and cartoon, and that was the Thundercats. Thundercats was an American media franchise, and basically a group of mutant or anamorphic. I don't think they were mutants, but they were anamorphic cats anyway, and human-like, and they had to escape their home planet and move to a new planet. And during the travel, the young boy Lino, for some reason, his chrono chamber, which he's kept in chronostasis, malfunctions, and when they arrive on the new planet, which is Third Earth, he has matured into an adult, but still retains the mind of, I think, a 12-year-old, I think, was his age originally. Now, a lot of people theorize that Third Earth is actually Planet Earth, except in its third iteration, and is Earth after a post-apocalypse. Okay, it's a post-apocalyptic Earth, which would be really cool theory. I'm not too sure of how true that is, but it would be really cool. And sometimes it seems like it could be possible with some of the characters that appear in the show, and some of the stories could allude to that, and the fact that also the Mumra, the big bad, is an ancient Egyptian mummy. So, it makes sense really that, it could be Earth in its third iteration and after a big post-apocalyptic world where the world was ruined and mutants came to power. Now, this toy line was came out with the series, and the cartoon ran from 1985 to 1989. The toys came out, the first series of toys came out in 1985 and consisted of 8 figures. Now, I was lucky as a child to have Pantro, Lino, and I also had the Thunder Tank, and I also was really lucky to receive from my parents a scale model or a smaller version of the Sword of Omens with a light up sword, and I think that came in the first wave of toys. And oh man, I love that sword. It was my favorite toy. I used to spend hours in the field hacking nettles and and other types of plants. But the toys were made by LJN, and as you know, probably know most of you, if you're interested in nerd culture, you will know that LJN were a toy company that are famous for releasing video games based on movie properties, and they've created a lot of like not so good video games. Just ask the angry video game nerd about that. They were involved in a lot of movie tie-ins and released a lot of really dodgy video games. But when it comes to the toys, the Thundercat toys, for me, I think they're fantastic, and they each had like a battlematic kind of action um, motion where you pull the lever down on the back, and they would do like a punching action or a swinging action or something like that, which was really cool, and it was kind of a new thing at the time. And the toys themselves were quite sturdy, really nicely detailed, and all varied. They didn't reuse the parts, not like the Masters of the Universe, which often reuse the molds, and the body shapes were all mostly the same body type. But with the Thundercat toys, they were a little bit different. Now I'll just show you the two that I picked up just recently. One really battered. This is a character called Vulture Man. Really battered. You can see that his paint has kind of come off a lot here. But overall, the figure is in good condition. His action move doesn't work. I'm not too sure which hand it is. Could possibly be, I don't know, it could be both hands or two hands, I don't know. I didn't have this toy as a kid, so I don't know what the action move was. But as you can see, really great details. Look at these lovely textures. Fantastic, really detailed. And you can see here lovely painted eyes, and yeah, this is a really good, you know, replica of the character in the cartoon. Just look at all this fantastic detail. Really great. And as you can see, look, you know, he's got these lovely taloned feet. I don't know what that is there, but you know, lovely textures, really nicely put together. And a great color scheme as well. You know, it's not too bright and not too, it's well balanced, and he just looks exactly like his cartoon counterpart. You know, this is a bit battered, but he does stand, you know, not too bad with a bit of coaxing. He does stand okay. And the great thing about these figures was that they were really sturdy. You know, this figure is how old? It's came out in 1985. That's geez, 35, you know, 35, 36 years old, and it still stood the test of time. Look at it, you know, and this has got had a lot of play value. It's battered, thrown around. You can see his nose is all scuffed up here and everything. Just fantastic figures. You know, he can easily stand. You know, no problems there. Just a little bit of coaxing. And you know, even though it's a bit loose here at the joints, still fantastic figure. I just love the look of it. It just looks brilliant. Now, the other figure I got was in much better condition, and really, this is, you know, apart from a few little bits here, the paint is still perfect. As in some spots here, maybe just a little bit dirty, but and also his action, he still has his action move as well. Great, you know, and you can see again another great character, different body type again. You know, they don't use the same mold again for the figure. It's completely new mold. Really lovely designs here. Look at that. You know, these figures really stood out. And this guy was called Tuska. He's got the big T on the front here. And LJN really did a fantastic job. You have the gun holster here. I'm not too sure what weapon he had. I think he had a rifle or something. And just really great idea. I love these his armor, you know, or his uniform. It's kind of military uniform. Almost looks like it could be something out of a Star Trek movie, but just really great, you know, and lovely colors. I was surprised when this guy came along in the post. I always thought that this character was much bigger, but he's quite small compared to the other characters, you know, which I was a bit disappointed. You know, I thought he would be much bigger, and he stands at a, yeah, not massive. He's a bit small. He's a bit smaller than this guy, and dwarfed by the Lino character, which I don't have my Lino at the moment. He's all the ways down the country, in lockdown, and something I can't get to. Now, if we look at one of the other figures here, this is the Mummer figure, which I also picked up as well this year. Now, I didn't, when, you know, looking at this online, I never had this as a kid, and I always thought, oh, this is a terrible figure. But when I got in the post, it actually looks all right. You know, when you look at it up close, he still has a bit of an action. His battle feature here. Paint application is a bit off, but you know, looking at it close up, it's actually not a bad figure. You know, I always thought it looked kind of, he looked a bit podgy, like a bit small, but really, when you look at him, he's quite big compared to the other figures he towers over. Same with Lino as well. Lino was quite a big. I think the two of them were big figures. but looking at him close up, he was really cool, you know. His face reminds me of Jason Voorhees out of Friday the 13th, you know, when his mask is ripped off, or like those dog soldiers out of American Werewolf in London. But no, really cool looking figure, you know, and it's actually not as bad as I thought it was. I really do. I like it. Maybe the head sculpt a little bit off, not very accurate to the cartoon, but overall really cool body sculpt. Now this guy had another feature as well, along with Lino, the only two of them, two characters in the line, and they had a feature where you had a special, I don't know what you'd call it, just this chamber, it's like battery in the chamber, and you would push it into the back here, and their eyes would light up, which was a really cool touch. And I haven't been able to test this guy. I have it in storage somewhere. I should be able to find it and clean it up and use it again. But as you can see, really sturdy, stocky figures, and really cool. You know, quite impressed with those figurines. Now I'm going to take out another figure I got this year as well, which is the Super 7 version of Slide. You know, I did a review on this already, and I quite liked. Overall, I thought it was okay. The head sculpt was fantastic, really lovely head sculpt. Thought, you know, some nice touches here, and you know, it looked okay, but for me, it didn't really match up to the original Slide. Now, I never had the original Slide, but you know, I would have seen it in the catalogs and stuff and on the ads, and I was Thundercat crazy, so I would have seen it on the shelves and that, but you know, I didn't get it, unfortunately. I you know, because I was quite interested in a lot of other toy lines as well, you know, like the GI Joes especially. But for me, you know, the one problem I have with this is that he just doesn't, apart from the fantastic head sculpt, he doesn't look, the body type is, they're all the same, you know, they don't have a unique body sculpt, unlike, you know, you can see here with the three figures here, they're all completely different size, different sculpts, different textures, all unique and very, very close to their cartoon counterparts. But this, it's just, for me, it's a bit lazy. Yeah, I don't know, I suppose you could say it's a reimagining, but it just doesn't look like Slide, you know, only the head, you know, really detailed head. And another problem as well is that trying to make him stand is a nightmare. And these figures, this is the problem I have with Super 7. You have to fiddle with them so much in order to try and get them to stand. And I'm twisting the leg and I'm trying to position them away. Oh, finally, okay. But you can see there, it's taken me how long there just to fiddle with it. It's really annoying. And they tip over so easy, you know. But look at that, straight away. This is a figurine, you know, his limbs are a bit loose. He's 35 years old. I just popped him up and there you go. Look, straight away. These figures, no battle action, no battle features, just simple as is, you know. They're nicely done, but you'd think that a figure from nowadays would be a big improvement on the originals, when really they're not, you know. And I don't know, I haven't seen the new line. I heard that they look really good, but for this Savage Worlds, they were okay. They're kind of cheaply done for the price you're paying, you know. I don't think when I got these in shops, I don't think they were that much. I think they're, I don't know, I'm guessing here maybe £4 back in the day, £5 possibly. They're bigger than the GI Joes. GI Joes were really cheap when I was a kid. You could easily get a GI Joe for £1. You know, if you got them in the sales and whatnot, you know. But and even I remember picking up the Mumra when he's in his like weak mummified state, when he's in his weak, you know, red cloaked state. I remember picking up in a pawn shop. There must have been excess stock or something, but they were selling them off in a pawn shop, and I have one of those as well, and I got like that for £1, £1, yeah, which is massive. But yeah, great toy line, and I really hope to be picking up more of these. So far, I have I had the Thunder Tank, which is in bits. We'll have to track that down, try and fix it up. Really great toy, massive chunky toy, and really cool action things in it, action features. But they're great sculpts. So I have Vulture Tuska, and finally got a Mumra, which I'm very happy with, and have Pantro Lino, and who else did I have? I think that's all. Yeah, and the original weak form of Mumra as well. But overall, really great toy line. Now, another thing I want to talk about as well is, I was thinking of maybe touching these up and fixing the paint application on these and try to restore them to their original glory, to the best of my ability. This is something that I've seen Toy Poloi. I don't know if you've seen his channel. Really great channel, fantastic. He fixes up a lot of toys. He gives tips on how to fix up toys for presentability. And yeah, there's a lot of purists out there who are against that. They feel that you are taking away from the original, you are changing it in some way, and devaluing the toys by restoring them, which I don't know. I just have to disagree with. Like, maybe if you're completely remolding or parts and remolding and adding newer parts onto it, maybe in that sense. But for me, I think there's nothing wrong with restoring the colors a bit, and as long as you don't start adding like loads of extra bits on and polymer clay and all that, and being true to the original, not changing the color scheme and keeping exactly to the original form. I don't see anything wrong with that. So I'll look to maybe try and pick up the parts, fix up the colors. It'd be great to get these colors on that fantastic symbol. I don't know where they got that from. I think it looks a lot like the symbol out of the Conan the Barbarian movie, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Fantastic movie. But yeah, I'll touch this up. It won't take a lot of work to do to touch it up, but this guy, I'm so amazed by how good his quality is, and how little damage has been done to it. Really fantastic, and I look forward to fixing this guy up a bit. I don't think I'll go as far as opening him up. As you can see, there's no screws or anything here, so it could be iffy. Trying to open this up, I might do more damage than good, so I might just leave him as is. Maybe try and tighten up those limbs a bit. But overall, that's all I have to say on the subject. And really great toy line. I look forward to trying to track down some more of these and try and connect the whole line if possible, because there's some really fantastic figures. Really well detailed, really well sculpted. One of the only good things that LGN have done. I'm sure there's others. I think they did the Defenders of the Earth toy line after this, which were really cool as well. That was quite a good toy line as well. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me at Retro 79. Take care, and I hope you're all keeping well and stay safe during these difficult times. But we can find solace in the things we love, and enjoy the things from our childhood. But my kids also, they love to play with these as well. They get great fun out of the battlematic features. They love this, the punching. My 2-year-old, the last day, he was like Oh, he was loving this, the boom, boom, boom. He was having great fun out of this. So anyway, take care, enjoy, and good health to all of you.